You want to know a concept which has helped me to work with companies like Bose, VC4, and other companies that are making like 3.5 billion every single year. And this concept is you have to sell the meeting, not the service, right? And this is something some people do understand, but they just don't execute on it correctly. So why do you have to do this? Why do you want to do this in the first place? And the answer to this is it's fairly simple, okay? So it's if you want to build enough power and if you want to set your meetings so they're set for success, you want to know when to sell each one of those, when to sell the service, when to sell the meeting. Because what happens a lot of times out there, people just go with the fucking cold call script. They go into the meeting, they're like, okay, my name is Reinis and I'm here from Riga and I do social media marketing. And let me help your social media marketing, blah, blah, blah. They just keep on rambling on and on and on. Well, that's actually killing your sales. And a lot of people within their outreach are trying to sell the service, not the meeting. That's something you should not do, and that's something that is never ever gonna get you any meetings. So let's start off by looking at the difference between selling the service and selling the meeting. And there are a couple of core differences you have to understand. With selling the service, you're generally talking about the features, the benefits, and the pricing of the services, right? So about these three main things, you do not want to talk about when you're doing outreach. So again, they're talking about the features, about the benefits, basically what they're gonna get from working with you, right? So you can talk about when you do cold calls, you do not talk about that on Facebook. You can do custom targeting. You can do this. You can do that. That's something you do not want to talk about. That's just gonna kill the potential meeting, the potential for you to set the meeting. However, if you already have set the meeting, this is when you talk about these three things: the features, benefits, pricing, right? You talk about these there, and that's how you sell the service, right? However, with selling the meeting, it's a bit different, right? Because to sell the meeting, you basically have to show that you have enough power, you have enough knowledge, so they actually can spend their time to speak with you. So your goal here is to show that there's a problem and show that you can be the solution to that. Well, you don't show that you're the solution to that. You kind of like set the meeting to be the thing where you're going to be talking about it. So to sell the meeting, you talk about their problem, keyword there, their struggle, and why they need to fix that. Okay, so it's all about them, their struggle, their problem, why they need to fix that. Okay, and at the end of the outreach, your goal is just kind of create the meeting as the place where they can take the first step into fixing their problem. Because remember, the core principle of the business is you have a problem, and you have a solution. The solution, it aids the problem, right? That's pretty much it, right? That's it to it, nothing else. Then some of you might be asking, how can I do this? How can I, if I do cold calls, I do need to talk about why my marketing agency is better than other marketing agencies and why people should work with me. In reality, you don't. Here's why. Because when you're doing outreach, your goal is to ask questions and to point out some more things you're researched about them. This is why you need to qualify your prospect. This is why you need to take your time so you actually have some things you can ask questions about. That way, they're going to talk about their problems, their struggles, and how they need to fix that, right? An example for this is if I would be trying to sell the meeting on a cold call, I'd be asking a couple of questions on the cold call, and then I'd be telling them, actually use this line, so I'm making a quick audit of your social media marketing strategy. We found that you could be leaving quite a lot of money on the table, so would you like to see, you could be leaving quite a lot of money on the table, so would you like to see how social media can help you raise your brand awareness and acquire new clients for your business? They say yes. Then you say, all right, how about we schedule a quick 10 to 15 minute meeting and talk a bit more about that. What's a better time for you? Time A or time B? Boom. You've sold them on the meeting, right? That's it. You ask a question, then you do the pitch. That's it. So basically for the meeting, you sell the meeting when doing the outreach, and when you have set the meeting, then you sell the service within the meeting. Make sense? Got it. Getting this point out of the way. Now, in order for you to sell the meeting, there are a couple of ways to do that. So number one is just talking about them while asking questions. That's the core principle you have to always understand. Then How can you get more people to set meetings with you? How can you get more people to trust you into setting meetings with you? Okay, because this is a huge problem a lot of business owners face. They do not know how to set meetings with other people. They do not know how to get businesses coming to them, begging to pay for their services. And this is all to do with their power and the opening. Okay, I'm going to be talking about these concepts a lot, but when I talk about them, I talk about them in a different angle. Then we're going to be talking about how to have a strong opening by selling the meeting. Okay? So again, remember, selling the meeting is talking about their problem, their struggle, why they need to fix that. So right now, I'm going to be talking about 3 ways you can show them that they have a problem, they have a struggle, and they need to fix that. Okay? 3 ways you can do that. So, way number 1 is free audits. So this usually works for people who do social media marketing, also for people who might be doing some coaching as well, right? Basically, free audits, straight to the point, right? A lot of people, what they do is they send out cold emails with audits already created, and you take a lot of time on them, and you basically personalize them. And what happens a lot of times is people respond to those, right? And it just seems like an amazing experience. However, by the way, if you want to do the same thing, you can use an application called Loom. So it's just loom.com, and it's an application where you can record videos live on your webcam and just upload them online and send the link to somebody. It's an amazing tool. I use it myself to create audits and to talk to my team. Great tool. Try it out as well. That's a tool for you to use video audits. However, with free audits, don't just limit yourself to video audits. If you have somebody who is a qualified prospect, be more creative. Here's what I recommend you trying out. Try going on a free... So then you would be like, the system, what you could be doing is the 2-step system, right? So this is step number 1, that's step number 2. What you do then, you set the meeting, and within the first meeting, you basically talk about their problems. So you do a live audit for them on the first call. So you ask them questions, you go through their social media, if you run a social media marketing agency. You can even go through the SEO, whatever you do. That's up to you, right? That's what you can do in the free audit. Then from that, you've sold everything to this, so you can set the sales meeting, okay, which would be this one. And here you sell, right? Now you've built enough power, and now you have a strong enough opening to where when you sell it, there's higher likelihood of them being closed. So now that was option number 1, free audits. So I'm just going to cross that out. Number 2, a free demo. So a free demo, free trial, whatever you want to call it. It's a great way to get somebody in through the door. Businesses like SaaS businesses, they use it very, very often. A good example for this is Shopify. Right? They have a free trial. You can try out the platform. Most people, they build their websites on their platform, and they tend sticking with it. Now, when you're providing services, it's a bit trickier, because if you have manual labor you have to do, I don't recommend you offering free demos. So what a lot of people do, especially in the social media marketing industry, they offer free trials. You're not going to do that, because that's a lot of manual work involved, which means you're going to be slaving away your time. And you don't want to do that, because people are going to undervalue your work. You're going to usually start working with people who are low quality, because the people who are low quality, they try to get everything for cheap. However, people who are in bigger businesses, they would rather invest $10,000 into something that works rather than $10 into something that doesn't work. Right? They're very smart with their money and smart with their time. That's more important. So with a free demo, it can be something we actually created. So for chatbots, for my marketing agency, we create chatbots as well, and it's a software solution business to create quizzes, not quizzes. Yeah, you can create quizzes, Q&As on your site, a bunch of stuff, right? It's a wonderful, beautiful tool. And we created free demos. A lot of times when we set meetings, we create a free demo, because when we hand it over to them, they can play around with it and they can see their logo and they're like, okay, this is fucking amazing. I love how this works. And it's something that gets us a lot of clients, because then before investing into us, they see how the outcome is going to look. Of course, it's not the full outcome, it's just a part of it. But then they're more trustworthy. Note, they're creating a chatbot. It is not manual labor. We already have the systems in place. We just have to create, edit a couple of variables for the chatbots, right? And boom, you have that done, right? People can take a look at it. They're much more trustworthy of you once they've seen a demo. Oh, amazing. Number three, to create more better opening and to better sell the meeting, is the free content. This is literally what I'm doing right now, right? Because my goal with this content is to of course give more value to you guys and also get more clients for swimandleads.com. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, I recommend you watching this on swimandleads.com, because then I also have a 3,500 word blog post for this, which goes more in depth into a lot of details, which I might forget here while speaking and just rambling on to this video. But basically, yeah. So the free content is also what helps you define your struggle, right? Because right now, one struggle you might have found from this content is that you're selling the meeting, not the service. Which in return is like, okay, that's shitty. How can I fix that? So you're watching this video on understanding how can you fix that? The same thing you should be doing for your social media marketing agency, or for your business, whatever you're doing. I keep on mentioning social media marketing agency because that's another business of mine. But for whatever you're doing, you have to basically be creating free content for it, because that builds your leverage and that builds a strong opening where people trust you. Right? Then people trust you and you're more likely to get the meeting and get the sale. Because then you're working with higher quality people who know you, they know what you do, and they're more likely to be closed. So hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and this is pretty much it for this one. Sell the meeting, not the service. Okay, remember this, sell the meeting, not the service. So hey guys, thank you for watching this, and what's your favorite cereal?